Hey, how's it going, my peeps? My name's Segiduh and welcome back to this week's new episode of Thirsty Thursday Beer Reviews. Yeah! Excited for this one this week, guys. I know last week was kind of a rough sort of review. It was kind of my amateur time. This week I'm a little more prepared. Got some notes as to how to properly do this. I'm going to give you some information first and then we'll move into the taste, smell, aroma, which is the same thing as smell, and just overall what I think about the beer itself. For this week, I know last week was St. Patrick's Day, but I decided to do that this week for you guys. So we are going to be doing some Guinness draft beer for you today. Some of you might already know what type of beer this is, color of it, all that other crap. I know, it's typical beer, but I'm here to do a review for you today. Let's get into it, guys. So first off, Guinness is a dry stout that originated in the brewery of Arthur Guinness at St. James Gate Brewery in the capital of Dublin, Ireland. It's produced by the Segiduh Beverages Company. It's one of the most successful beer brands worldwide and is brewed in almost 50 countries and is available in over 120. It features a burnt flavor that is derived from roasted, unmalted barley, although this is a relatively modern development, not becoming part of the grid, blah blah blah, other useless shit. Its thick, creamy head comes from mixing the beer with nitrogen. So, inside the beer, there is a ball. I'm not sure if you could hear it, I'm not going to shake it too much. There's a ball. That ball contains nitrogen. It releases once you kind of open it. That's where you get all that creamy foaminess. Guinness Stout is made from water, barley, roast malt extract, hops, and brewer's yeast. A portion of the barley is roasted to give the Guinness its dark color and characteristic. It's pasteurized and filtered, making the product require blah blah blah, all this other useless shit. And that's about it. I mean, that's the information. It's Irish beer. Everyone knows that. So, let's just get into the tasting portion of things. We're gonna start off, obviously, by opening the beer. Oh, you could hear the nitrogen kind of opening from that ball. So what we're gonna start off doing first is we're gonna just pour it nice and slow into the glass. As you could kind of see, I'm not sure if you could see in the camera, it's kind of thick, creamy when I'm pouring it. I kind of feel it be like slimy or something. I know that's the wrong word to use, but it's kind of a thicker consistency is all I could really say. I'm not sure if you could see those bubbles at the top. That's the foam from the nitrogen that was released inside the ball. Let you hear the ball now. So you can hear the ball now in there. So that's that. There's the color. It's foaminess. Kind of try to look at it in the light. It's really dark beer. It's dark, not really clear. Can't see through it. It's pretty dark. It's foamy, and looks like, yeah, probably would be creamy with that pour that I made. So that's the appearance of it. It looks pretty. Looks good. It's nice and dark. It's probably the darkest beer that you're gonna get, that I have seen at least. It's pretty foamy and creamy. Well, at least I have seen in this series. We might get to darker beers, I don't know. We'll see. So let's just move on to the smell, because the appearance, we already got the idea of that. So, I haven't really done this before, amateur, like I said, but let's try it out. It smells roasty, smoky. That's what I'm getting from it. Kind of shake it a little. Yeah, I'm getting like roasty, toasty, smoky. Maybe a little chocolatey because of its darkness, I don't know, but that's just me. Not really on the boozy side. I mean, it's kind of, I'd say, in between. It's not too light smelling. It's not too strong. It's fine, but it's, like I said, again, it's that roastiness that it has, right? It doesn't smell that spicy. It's pretty clean, and I mean, it's not that funky. I don't smell any funky smells, and I'm not gonna say it again, but that's what it is. That's what I'm getting out of it, guys. So let's move on to the taste. We've smelt it now. We've looked at it now. Now we're gonna finally dig into it and taste it. Cheers! When you let it kind of sit on your tongue there, the moment you get into it, you get the bubbles first. The bubbles are pretty warm actually, feeling. I think because it's of the nitrogen kind of heats it up a little bit maybe, but once you get down to the dark part of the beer, you actually start tasting it. It is roasty. It tastes like if you eat some roasted nuts basically. Maybe some smoked ham as well. It's kind of the taste I'm getting out of it. It's good though. It's also, it doesn't feel that carbonated. It kind of feels more on the flatter side. I mean, it does have the bubbles, but that's kind of, it's not fizzy. It's more flatter. I mean, unless you take the bubbles in, yeah, it's not that carbonated. I'd say slightly carbonated. The bubbles are what make it kind of creamy. They add the creaminess to the beer. And the warmth only comes from the warm bubbles at the top, and that's about it. The bubbles kind of feel like they would be oily-ish. Kind of like really, really thick and creamy. And it's not watery. It's really thick in flavor. It's not like the last week's beer where it was basically like piss water that you were drinking. This one actually has more of a thicker flavor to it, so on every sip you take, you're actually tasting a true beer. And it's really smooth in my opinion. It goes down easy. I'm liking it. Much better than last week's. So my overall impression for this week's beer is it's a lot better than last week's, that's for sure. This is a more legit beer that you could actually drink. It has its full beer flavor, it has the smell, it has the creaminess, it's not watered down, it's smooth, and I mean, for me personally, I'm not a fan of dark beers. I'll have one in a night or something like that, but it's hard for me to have more because of that creamy thickness of that actual beer. So overall, I give it a good rating. I'd say it's probably up there with, out of a 5, I'd give it like a 3.5 or a 4. I mean, it tastes great, it feels great. Feels great in my mouth. Chill, slow down, guys. It smells pretty decent, and appearance might look scary to some. I mean, if you don't like dark beer, this isn't gonna be your favorite type of beer, that's for sure. But I'm up there. Like, I'll drink it more than a Budweiser. Obviously, budget-wise, you're looking to pay more for this than last week's Budweiser beer, which was on the cheaper end. So, once again, you get what you pay for, right? You get the more full European style beer compared to North America's lighter style, you know, watered down beer sort of thing. So, in the end, that's it. That's Guinness for you guys. That's it, guys, for this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, this isn't a paid, sponsored video. I don't support underage drinking, and drink responsibly, that's for sure. If you like the video, if you like the beer Guinness, hit the like button below. Comment below if there's any other beers you want to see. And we'll catch you next week's episode, guys. Cheers!